How to Train Your Dragon 3's ending is problematic, not only because it essentially threw back everything about Toothless and Hiccup's relationship and the extent they went to protect one another, but the notion that every dragon disappeared into the hidden world is silly, and let's talk about the repercussions Hiccup's actions had on the whole archipelago. From Erupted Island, to Flightless Dragons, to Wingmaiden Island. Hey guys, my 3’s is here and welcome back. If you're new, consider subscribing to grow this community and turn on post notifications to never miss an upload. But it's time to discuss the big problem How to Train Your Dragon 3's ending has, from the deaths to societal collapses it caused. Let's get into a few examples. No, New Orca, a fellow friend, has made a video explaining how all the dragons were rounded up, etc. And I know there is debate on how canon Race to the Edge is. Some think it's not and some do. There's also evidence to suggest that Race to the Edge is canon because of what we see in How to Train Your Dragon 3 and the references. Let's get into it. First up, one example is Erupted Island, known for its fiery volcanic terrain and the Erupted Dragon, which raises a compelling issue. Eruptedons consume molten lava, making them essential in maintaining the balance on the island. But when the dragon vanishes, it leaves us wondering about the island's fate. Without this creature, how does the island survive? The defenders of the wing, who rely on this dragon to eat any molten lava, may have met a grim fate. This overlooked aspect of the story highlights the ripple effects of the dragon's disappearances. And oh boy, who are Marla? Next up is the economical impact dragons disappearing has, such as Wingmaiden Island and the whole dragon hunter profession and market. From what we saw, the island is a sanctuary for razor whips and their devoted companions, the Wingmaidens. The bonds between these two dragon species is central to the island's culture and survival. When the dragons disappear, it isn't just a plot point, it's a disruption of a harmonious relationship. The film doesn't explore the consequences of this disruption on the island's people and ecosystem. The Wingmaidens probably got used to it and moved on, but for the dragon hunters who survived financially on killing dragons would have a hard time to change their profession. And with dragons gone, I assume they would move on and find new ways of trade and survival, but this type of societal downfall shows the significance of dragons disappearing and the hesitance and hastiness of Hiccup's actions. Thirdly, we have Vanaheim, known as the place where dragons go to die. This raises a thought-provoking question. If all dragons migrate to the hidden world, as the film suggests, what becomes of this dragon graveyard? Is it abandoned, or are there still elderly dragons left behind? The island may be deserted. As it's outright spoke that the hidden world is the origins of dragons, I assume there is their own version of Vanaheim in it, but it still raised eyebrows in my mind. At fourth, we have Rery Island, remember it? This was a nesting ground of dragon eggs, showcasing the birth and raising of baby dragons who can't yet fly at the hidden world. Their fate remains unclear. Are they raised by their parents or do they face abandonment? I assume their parents probably just carry them, but yet again just another example. Though since it was winter time and How to Train Your Dragon, a time where dragons go to Rery Island during Snoggletog, we can assume it was empty and no baby soul was sacrificed. Lol. The absence of the Berserker Bewilderbeast, a Colossal Dragon, is another puzzling aspect. We're left to wonder if it remained on Berserker Island or joined the other dragons in the hidden world. I understand Race to the Edge really made the Bewilderbeast we see in How to Train Your Dragon 2 confusing, and for that reason the movies didn't choose to reference or include the dragon. I'm not too sure, it's just another example. But what happens when a dragon can't fly? What is the fate of flightless dragons like speed stingers and cavern crashers? This is a significant concern. With no means of reaching the hidden world due to their lack of wings, what becomes of these unique creatures? While alluding to the hidden world as a sanctuary, doesn't explore the logistics of getting there for those unable to fly. This leaves a gap. I know some speed stingers evolve webbed feet allowing oceanic travelling, but not every species seems to have this attribute, and the cavern crasher has literally no means unless it knows how to bury down at the hidden world. But without any eggs, it means it has no food, so it's either a grim fate or they have their instinctive drive to go where their food is. Even sea shockers can't fly, but there are probably underwater tunnels that lead to the hidden world. I really want to explore the logistics and exploring the ecosystem of the hidden world and explaining how it would work. It seems to be very similar to Hollow Earth. But anyways, what about fireworms and the migration of such a giant colony to the hidden world? The queen can't carry all the eggs, so does she abandon them or wait for them to hatch, then go, or vice versa? You guys let me know what you think. I'm not sure, but I've always had these thoughts in my mind since How to Train Your Dragon 3. I thought it would be fun to theorise and talk about, so I made a video on it. Of course there are more examples I missed, but if I were to cover them all, it would be a lot less fun. but I try to cover all the big plot holes and logistics of dragons disappearing. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure to share your thoughts down below, don't hesitate. Subscribe and turn on post notifications to never miss a video. I also have a Patreon you alphas can support to help the channel out. But with that said, I hope you all enjoyed and have a good day. Happy dragon training and goodbye.